During World War II, approximately 5 megatons of explosives were utilized globally. By comparison, a single Trident II-class submarine missile possesses the capability to carry 12 nuclear warheads, collectively equaling about 5 megatons of explosive power. An American Ohio-class submarine can accommodate 20-foot Trident II missiles, making it an immensely powerful vessel capable of inflicting catastrophic damage. Despite limitations imposed by arms reduction treaties and practical considerations, submarines remain formidable stealthy weapons platforms, capable of delivering firepower surpassing the entire arsenal of some nations in a matter of moments. Submarines serve a distinct purpose within naval strategy, contrasting with the conspicuous presence of aircraft carriers. While aircraft carriers project a nation's power overtly, submarines operate covertly, embodying an invisible and silent force capable of appearing unpredictably anywhere. They serve a psychological role akin to warfare by uncertainty, as adversaries can never be certain of their presence or location. The most potent submarines are those equipped with ballistic missiles carrying nuclear warheads, a capability possessed by only a handful of nations including the US, UK, France, India, Russia, and China, with potential involvement from North Korea and Israel. These ballistic missile submarines play a crucial role in the concept of mutually assured destruction, ensuring that any nuclear attack would result in the destruction of both aggressor and defender. Consequently, they are viewed as a deterrent against nuclear warfare, reducing the likelihood of nuclear weapon deployment by ensuring retaliatory destruction. Given the possibility of submarines outlasting the destruction of their originating nation, they are entrusted with independent authority over their nuclear arsenal. For instance, the UK's ballistic missile submarines contain letters from the Prime Minister, outlining instructions in the event of the nation's obliteration by a nuclear strike. These letters, written at the start of each Prime Minister's term, remain sealed and are destroyed unread upon their departure. The PM must choose one of 4 options. 1. To take no action. 2. To submit to the command of an ally, like the USA. 3. To grant discretion to the submarine commander to choose the best course of action. 4. To authorize retaliation by launching nuclear missiles against the attacker. Submarines rely on the surrounding water to maintain their stealth capabilities. While American Ohio-class submarines are officially documented to dive to depths of 250 meters, it's widely believed they can operate at even greater depths. Once surfaced, however, submarines become susceptible to detection, particularly in today's era of satellite surveillance. Hence, their ability to remain submerged for extended periods is crucial for clandestine movements across vast distances. Most ballistic missile-equipped submarines worldwide are nuclear-powered, offering virtually limitless range, with reactor cores requiring replacement only every few decades. Moreover, submarines are equipped with oxygen generators and desalinators, similar to nuclear-powered aircraft carriers, enabling prolonged deployments limited mainly by food supplies. American nuclear submarines, like those of other nations, maintain 2 fully staffed crews, the Blue and Gold crews. The Blue crew initiates patrols, typically lasting around 77 days, ensuring continuous submarine presence at sea. Despite the extended duration of patrols, U.S. Navy submarines are renowned for offering the highest quality food among naval vessels, possibly due to their limited space and higher food budget. However, as fresh food reserves dwindle over time, meals gradually shift towards canned, dried, or frozen provisions, signaling the approaching end of patrol. Upon completion of patrol, the Blue crew returns the submarine to its home port or an allied overseas port, where the Gold crew assumes duty. Both crews collaborate during a 25-day turnover period, encompassing restocking and maintenance tasks. Subsequently, the Blue crew departs for vacation and training, preparing for the next cycle of deployment. This operational rhythm often continues for years, with submariners adhering to structured daily routines of 8-hour shifts interspersed with 16 hours for various activities, including training, maintenance, exercise, meals, and rest. To illustrate the size of submarines, consider the American Ohio class, which dwarfs a Boeing 747-400 in length and hull circumference. However, the largest submarine globally is the Russian Typhoon class, surpassing the Ohio class in length and width, featuring amenities such as saunas and small pools. In contrast, amenities aboard American and most other submarines are more limited, reflecting the constraints of space within the vessel. Despite the cramped conditions, providing recreational activities for submariners is essential, considering their extended periods without exposure to sunlight in a confined environment. The only communal space aboard submarines not dedicated to work is typically the mess area. While submarines may feature gym equipment, it's usually scattered throughout various nooks rather than consolidated in a single room. On larger submarines like the Ohio class, a submariner's bunk serves as cruise member-only personal space. Conversely, on smaller submarines such as the Virginia class, the number of sailors exceeds the available bunks, necessitating junior sailors to share bunks in shifts. Personal space is virtually non-existent in such cramped quarters. Communication with the outside world is limited aboard submarines compared to surface Navy ships. This is how it works. Each submariner is assigned an email address for receiving messages from their families, which are electronically forwarded when communication is possible. However, messages are screened by a designated crew member to ensure no sensitive information is transmitted, such as news of family deaths, which could impact crew morale. Some believe it's preferable to delay such news until the end of a patrol, especially since it's often impractical to disembark sailors mid-patrol. Submarine communication presents challenges due to prolonged periods underwater. While most radio waves cannot penetrate saltwater, very low frequency (VLF) radio waves can to some extent. VLF signals, transmitted from large transmitters stationed on land, penetrate the ocean and can be received by submarines at depths of up to 20 meters. However, VLF has limited bandwidth and cannot transmit real-time audio signals, usually limited to about 700 words per minute in text. Submarines may also deploy buoys to shallower depths to receive signals and must surface partially to respond via antennas. Modern submarines often establish quick satellite transmissions at shallow depths to exchange information. Navigation poses another challenge for submarines due to the inability of GPS and radar systems to function underwater. These systems rely on higher frequency waves that cannot penetrate water to any significant depth. Underwater, submarines rely on sonar, emitting sound waves to map their surroundings by analyzing the returning echoes. However, active sonar use compromises stealth by making submarines easily detectable. Hence, submarines operating covertly utilize inertial navigation systems, comprising accelerometers and gyroscopes, which track movements relative to the last known GPS position. Nevertheless, the accuracy of this system diminishes over time, with deviations of up to approximately 1.85 kilometers after 24 hours. While this navigation method suffices for the vast expanse of the ocean, the presence of submerged objects, including other submarines, poses collision risks. Some modern submarines are so adept at concealment that they can remain undetected even in close proximity. A notable incident occurred on February 3, 2009, when the British HMS Vanguard collided with the French Le Triomphant in the East Atlantic. Fortunately, both submarines were traveling at low speeds, avoiding casualties. However, the potential consequences of such collisions, particularly involving submarines armed with nuclear warheads, underscore their inherent danger. Submarines, designed for stealth, often vanish after accidents due to their inability to be promptly reached for rescue. Despite the existence of rescue submarines theoretically capable of retrieving stranded submariners, these systems have seen limited use in practice. As submarine technology advances, so does submarine tracking technology, leading to speculation about a future where no object can hide in the ocean's depths. Nonetheless, submarines remain indispensable assets for modern navies, both ballistic missile and traditional variants armed with torpedoes, contributing to the ongoing arms race in submarine warfare. Therefore, numerous submarines are maintained worldwide, poised for action at any given moment. Have you ever been to or seen a submarine up close? How was that experience? Share it with us in the comment section below.